Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into Amazon FBA. There's so much buzz around it,
Yeah, loads.
especially if you're here in Australia, maybe wondering, is this still a thing? Is it viable for 2025? Maybe you're totally new to this whole online business world.
Or maybe you already know a bit about e-commerce, but you're curious about the Australian scene specifically.
Exactly. So our mission today is basically to cut through all that noise
Right. We want to give you the actual facts, look at the real pros, the real cons.
and help you figure out if starting an Amazon FBA business here in Australia actually makes sense for your goals.
And just so you know where we're coming from, this is all based on a really solid guide called Amazon FBA Australia 2025 Startup Guide.
It's designed to give you those core insights you need, without getting lost down internet rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start right at the beginning. For anyone listening who's maybe heard the term but isn't quite sure,
Mm-hmm.
what is Amazon FBA? And, crucially, how does it work here in Australia?
Okay, so FBA, it just stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. Simple as that.
Fulfillment by Amazon. Got it.
Yeah. And basically, it means Amazon does the heavy lifting when it comes to logistics. You, the seller, you find or create your product. That's step one.
Okay, find the product, then what?
Then step two, you send that inventory over to Amazon's fulfillment centers.
And they have those here locally.
They do. Big ones in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth now, which is great for getting stuff to Aussie customers quickly.
Right.
Then, step three, Amazon stores it for you. When someone buys your product on Amazon, they pick it, they pack it, they ship it straight to the customer.
Wow, okay, so they handle all that.
All of it. And step four, which is a huge relief for sellers, they also manage customer service related to that delivery and any returns.
That sounds like it takes a massive weight off, especially if you're just starting out. You're basically tapping into their huge system.
Precisely. It lets you focus on the product and the marketing side.
Okay, so that brings us to the big question for 2025. Is it still worth doing? Is Amazon FBA still a good bet? What's the short answer?
The guide gives a pretty clear yes.
Really? Okay.
But, and it's
Yeah.
a big but, it's only
Yeah.
worth it if you approach it the right way.
Okay. The right way.
Yeah.
That sounds important. So it's not just a guaranteed path to riches then.
Definitely not. It's not like set it up and forget about it. Far from it.
So what makes Australia specifically a good place for this right approach right now? Why isn't it too late, like some people might think?
Well, compared to, say, Amazon in the US or the UK, the Australian marketplace is, well, it's much less developed. Still growing.
Less developed meaning.
Yeah.
Less competition.
Exactly. Significantly less competition in a lot of product categories. For someone new, that means a much better chance of actually getting your product seen, maybe even ranking on page one.
Okay, that's interesting. So less crowded.
Yeah, and you combine that less saturated market with a customer base here that's increasingly shopping online using Amazon Prime. There's just a lot of room for growth. It's a bit of a sweet spot.
The sweet spot. I like that. But you said it's not a gold rush.
Nope, not a gold rush. You still need the right ingredients.
Which are?
The guide really hammers this home. You need proper training or guidance. You absolutely need a smart strategy for picking your products.
Right. Can't just sell anything.
And you have to be willing to actually learn the ropes, test things out, see what works, adapt. It takes effort.
Okay, so training, product selection, willingness to learn. Got it. You mentioned success stories earlier.
Yeah, the guide mentions a few, like Sarah from Brisbane, total beginner, launched a pet product, broke even in like 60 days.
Wow, 60 days.
Yeah, and by month 4, she was apparently making around $3,000 a month profit.
That's pretty encouraging for a beginner.
It shows what's possible with, the right training and effort.
Okay, let's dig into these advantages a bit more then. You mentioned low competition. That sounds huge for anyone starting out.
It really is. Compared to trying to break into Amazon US, where it's just incredibly crowded, Australia offers, well, a clearer path. Your chances of getting noticed are just fundamentally better.
Gives you a bit of breathing room.
Exactly. A real head start.
And you also touched on the growing customer base. More Aussies shopping on Amazon.
Definitely. Online shopping is growing fast here anyway, and Amazon Prime membership is climbing too. More Prime members means more people looking specifically for those FBA products with the fast shipping.
So the demand side is looking healthy.
Very healthy. It's a growing pie.
Okay, and that FBA core benefit, the passive fulfillment, that must be a massive draw.
Oh, absolutely massive. Think about it. No warehousing costs for you, no picking orders at 2 a.m., no packing boxes, no trips to the post office. Amazon handles all that.
Saves incredible amounts of time, I imagine, and money on overheads.
Huge savings on both. It frees you up to focus on growing the business, finding new products, marketing, strategy.
Which leads nicely into the next point, scalability. It sounds like once you get one product going.
The potential to scale is really significant. You
Hmm.
learn the process with one product, you get it profitable, then you can launch another and
Yeah.
another.
Right.
Or you could even expand to other Amazon marketplaces like the US or UK once you're established here, or, build the whole thing into a brand you could eventually sell.
So multiple paths for growth. And what about the lifestyle aspect? The work from anywhere dream. Is that realistic with FBA?
For the most part, yes. A lot of the day-to-day can genuinely be managed from a laptop. So yeah, it's pretty appealing for side hustlers, stay-at-home parents needing flexibility, or even digital nomads.
Okay, those are some really strong plus points. Makes it sound very attractive. But like any real business, there have to be downsides, right? Challenges.
Oh, for sure. And it's crucial to go in with your eyes open. The guide is very clear about the cons, too.
Let's talk about the big one first. Startup costs. People always worry about the money needed.
Yeah, and they should. It's not free. While it's definitely cheaper than setting up a physical shop,
Sure.
you still need decent capital to start properly. The guide estimates, realistically, somewhere between, say, $3,000 and $7,000 AUD.
3 to 7,000. Okay, that's a significant chunk of change. Where does that money actually go?
Good question. Let's break it down roughly. First, you've got your Amazon Pro Seller account fee. That's about $50 a month.
Okay.
Then the big one, product samples and your first batch of inventory. That could easily be $1,500 to $4,000 depending on the product.
Right, the actual physical stuff.
Yeah. Then shipping that inventory to Amazon's warehouses freight costs maybe $500 to $1,000.
Okay.
You'll want a logo, maybe some basic branding, could be $150 to $400. And product photos for your listing, really important, probably $200 to $500 for good ones.
Professional photos make a difference, I guess.
Huge difference. Then there are ongoing costs too, like product research tools. Essential tools like Helium-10, they might run you $50 to $100 a month.
Tools to find the right products and keywords.
Exactly. And finally, you need an initial advertising budget, especially for PPC, pay-per-click ads on Amazon, maybe $300 to $1,000 to get started.
Advertising. So you need money to get seen initially.
You really do. PPC is how you get traction early on, but it's also easy to waste money if you don't know what you're doing. Which brings us back to needing that training.
It all connects. Okay, so significant cost. What about the learning curve? Is it easy to pick up?
No. The guide makes it clear it's steep. There's a lot to learn.
Like what specifically?
Well, everything from how to do that product research properly, how to talk to suppliers, understanding import logistics.
Oh, right, getting the stuff into the country.
Yeah, customs, freight forwarders. Then there's optimizing your product listing, writing titles, bullet points, descriptions that actually sell and rank in Amazon search.
SEO for Amazon,
Yeah.
basically.
Kind of, yeah. Plus, managing your advertising campaigns effectively, understanding Amazon-specific rules and policies. It's a lot. Beginners often get overwhelmed without good guidance.
I can see that. Like that James guy you mentioned?
Exactly. James from Sydney, he launched kitchenware, sells over 20 units a day now. He credits his training for navigating that complexity.
Makes sense. Okay, another con. Amazon doesn't do all this for free, right? Fees.
Correct. Amazon takes its cut. There are storage fees for holding your inventory, fulfillment fees every time they ship an order, and referral fees, which are basically a percentage of your sales price.
So you need to factor those into your pricing carefully.
Absolutely critical. If your profit margins are too thin to begin with, those fees can wipe them out fast. You need to do your math.
And managing the actual stock. Is that tricky?
It can be a real balancing act. Stock management is vital. If you run out of stock on a popular product,
You lose sales.
you lose sales, and your product's ranking on Amazon can drop like a stone, making it harder to recover. But if you ordered too much stock, you end up paying higher storage fees and tying up your capital. So yeah, good planning and forecasting are key.
Okay. And the final con, I suppose, is the reality check. No guarantees.
Exactly that. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. The guide stresses it's a real business. It takes consistent effort, testing, learning from mistakes, and time, often months, before you see significant, reliable results.
Patience and persistence required.
Definitely.
Okay, that's a really good, balanced view. So thinking about all those pros and cons, who is this really for? Who's the ideal person for FBA in Australia?
The guide suggests it's great for people wanting to build, say, a side income, maybe eventually a full-time business. Stay-at-home parents looking for flexibility fit the bill too.
Right, that work from home aspect.
Yeah, or just aspiring entrepreneurs who like the idea of an online business but don't want inventory cluttering up their garage.
Well, yeah.
Fundamentally, it's for someone willing to learn a proven system and actually put in the required work.
And who is it not for? Who should probably avoid it?
Anyone looking for instant results or easy money, that's just not realistic.
The get-rich-quick crowd.
Exactly. And also, anyone who isn't prepared to invest that initial capital we talked about or unwilling to dedicate serious time to learning and managing the business. It's not passive income, especially at the start.
Clear distinction. Okay, shifting gears slightly. What's actually new for Amazon Australia in 2025? Are things changing on the ground?
Yeah, a few positive developments. Amazon's continuing to build out its fulfillment network here. More local centers, expanding those prime fast delivery zones.
Which means faster shipping for customers.
Right. And faster shipping generally means happier customers and more sales for FBA sellers. It's a direct benefit.
Good to know they're investing locally.
Yeah.
What about the tools? You mentioned Helium-10 earlier.
The tools are getting better too. Things like Helium-10 now have much more robust data specifically for the Australian market. Amazon.com.au.
So better data for making decisions.
Much better. Helps you find those product opportunities more accurately. Plus, there are more Australia-focused training programs popping up now, which is great for local beginners.
Tailored advice for the Aussie market.
Exactly. And the underlying trend is just more Australian shopping online, more people using Amazon, so that baseline demand keeps growing.
So the ecosystem is maturing in a helpful way for sellers.
It seems so, yes.
We talked theory, we talked pros and cons, but back to those stories like Sarah and James, can beginners really make a go of this?
Absolutely. The guide emphasizes that. With the right approach, the right training, beginners are definitely finding success. It's not just experienced e-commerce pros.
People starting from scratch are building profitable businesses within, 6 to 12 months?
That's what the source suggests is achievable, yes. It takes time, but it's doable.
Okay, so putting it all together, the final verdict. For you, listening right now, should you start an Amazon FBA business in Australia in 2025?
Based on this guide, the overall feeling is pretty positive. If you're serious about it, if you're patient, if you're willing to invest in learning and doing it properly, then yes, 2025 still looks at a really good time to get started here.
And there was that mention of a closing window. Implies some urgency.
It does seem to suggest that. The Australian market isn't saturated yet. That relative lack of competition, that growth potential, it's a favorable environment right now.
But it won't stay that way forever.
Probably not. As the market matures, competition will inevitably increase. So there's definitely a timing element to consider. Acting sooner rather than later might be advantageous.
So what's the absolute key then? If someone decides to go for it, what does success hinge on?
The guide really boils it down to 3 things consistently. 1, picking the right product. Do your research, find something with demand, but manageable competition.
Okay, product choice.
2, using the right tools. Leverage things like Helium-10 to make data-driven decisions, not just guesses.
Tools are essential.
And 3, maybe the most important for beginners, getting help. Learning from experienced sellers, maybe through a course or mentorship, it just shortcuts the learning curve dramatically.
Right product, right tools, right help. Seems like a solid foundation. Okay, well, that brings us toward the end of our deep dive on Amazon FBA in Australia for 2025.
Yeah.
We've gone from the basics of what FBA actually is.
How it works here specifically.
Weighed up those significant pros against the very real cons and costs.
And heard that, yes, beginners can actually succeed, especially in this less crowded Aussie market.
It really does sound like Australia offers this unique window right now.
A window of opportunity, yeah. Less developed than the US, UK, but growing fast.
So here's something for you to think about as we wrap up. The source material suggests this window of opportunity in Australia, this period of lower competition, won't last forever. What does it really mean for you to spot an opportunity like that, a market that's ripening, and decide whether to act on it? How much does timing really matter for your potential future success?
Something to chew on.
Definitely. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.